Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Now in this video, I wanted to continue a bit more of the main story, but since Colin is completely bugged out, even after reloading the game, he still will not talk to me for whatever reason. So instead of following an alternative way of completing the main quest, and we will be getting back to that later, we are going to continue to check off quests available in town. Now you may remember from the last video in the series where I introduced myself to Moira. In that conversation, she started to talk all about performing some research for a book that she was writing.
I run Craterside Supply, but what I really do is mostly tinkering and research. Say, I'm working on a book about the Wasteland. It'd be great to have the foreword by a vault dweller. Help me out, would you? Well, it's a dangerous place out there in the wastes, right? People could really use a compilation of good advice, like a Wasteland survival guide. For that, I need an assistant to test my theories. I wouldn't want anyone to get hurt because of a mistake. Nobody's ever happy when that happens. No, then they just yell a lot. At me. With mean words. Now, I think the first chapter will have to be about surviving day-to-day dangers. Things like where it is and isn't safe to find food, the dangers of radiation, and how to avoid and even profit from dangerous landmines. Ooh, sounds like fun, doesn't it? Which do you want to do first?
What's this about radiation?
Well, that's what I need your help for, isn't it? I know lots about it from books, but I never seem to get a live example. Not for long, anyway. So I need you to get a bit of radiation poisoning, so I can study its effects. Oh, not a deadly dose, of course. I can fix you up before that. 200 rads should be enough for basic sickness, but if you can get 600 or more rads, my test will be even more accurate. Just make sure you can get back here, and I'll see to it that you're well taken care of.
So that is exactly what we are going to do today. We are going to help Moira out with her book. The Wasteland Survival Guide is not only the name of the book, but it is also the name of the quest we are going to get started on today. This quest is quite an interesting one by the fact that, to my mind, it is the only one that has additional objectives on each step. Objectives that if you complete, your reward will increase on completion of the quest step. But to get started, I did agree to get myself irradiated. And thankfully, that is easy enough with the bomb in the middle of the town. There is a puddle of water that we can just take a few mouthfuls of. And yes, my radiation level has just increased, so I have ticked over the 200 rad threshold for minor radiation sickness, but Moira wanted a higher dosage, so I'm just going to keep drinking. And past 400 rads, and now 600 rads to be sick with critical radiation poisoning. Now I better get back to Moira before they start using me as a nightlight.
Oh, feeling a bit under the weather? Or a bit over the Geiger counter?
I'm about as irradiated as I can be without burning a hole in the floor.
I can tell! You're positively glowing! Now, just hold on and try not to move. Tell me how it feels, and I'll get you fixed right up.
Too tired to be snide.
You're a lucky one, you know. At this level, most people don't make it. But then again, most people don't have my experimental tricks. And now, after taking a few notes, I'll take care of that nasty radiation with a bit of my own homemade concoction. I've never had the chance to test it out on someone so heavily dosed. Oh, but I'm sure it'll work out fine. Exciting, isn't it? Okay, a little Brahmin milk, a couple magnets, and maybe a few happy thoughts. Well, you're alive! Oh, that's the good news. But there was a little side effect. A teeny tiny, mutation. But it seems to be benign, at least. Here, take a few radiation chems as my little way of saying, I'm sorry I twisted your DNA like a kitten with a ball of yarn.
So, as Moira has just said, I've developed a new mutation, and due to this, I've been given a new perk. The mutation is the reward for completing the additional step of the higher rad count. The rad regeneration perk. Moira's experiment has an unexpected side effect. Now, when you suffer from advanced radiation poisoning, crippled limbs automatically regenerate. So a nice perk that might just save me if I'm ever crippled out by a lake. Moving back over to Moira, I'm ready to continue research on the first chapter.
I've got to see how safe it is to scavenge food from one of those huge stores out there. I need someone to research how to travel through a minefield. And that'll cover the first section of the book. Which strikes your fancy?
Getting food doesn't sound so bad. What are you looking for?
Well, food and medicine. Everyone needs them once in a while, right? So they need a good place to find them. There's an old super-duper mart not far from here. I need to know if a place like that still has any food or medicine left in it.
What's the pay?
Hopefully, you'll be finding food and medicine, but I could sweeten the deal by paying more food when you get back, regardless of the results. While you're away, I can at least search through my junk and see if there's anything that'll go with old food to make it more appetizing.
Okay, I'll check the super duper mart.
Oh, great! Food is most important, but see if you can get medicine too. And if there's nothing to find, then just come back in one piece, okay? See ya!
Right, and off to the super duper mart we go. It's not too hard to find. Just head east from Megaton, and if you jump up on this rock, you can see both locations. There's Megaton, and there's the super duper mart, just behind that water tower. Right, and now we're getting close by to the place, and oh, I can hear gunshots. Okay, something is happening. Wait, why have the gunshots stopped? What's that over there? Is that a... It's a Deathclaw. Okay, run away, run away. I am very underleveled for this. Just got to drop a save and grab some explosives and see if this can do anything. Oh, and that nearly took him out. Okay, let me try again. Wow. And that's how John killed his first Deathclaw. And it looks like the Deathclaw has killed everyone here, and I came in and just mopped it up. Oh well, no matter leaving these bodies around. Let's see if any of them had any good loot on them. Oh, and a schematic for a Deathclaw gauntlet. I don't mind if I do. Although, the Deathclaw didn't have a hand on its body, so I can't make it just yet. But we will be taking you, and then coming back to this later on. And with everyone out here picked clean, let's go into the super duper mart. Right, taking it slow. Got to at least get a jump on the first one if I can. There they are, patrolling on top of the shelves. Moving forward just a little bit, and there's one more in the corner. Right, time to go loud into that, and let's try and cripple the leg. And I think I just missed every shot. Well, they know I'm here now. Right, I think they're all dead now. Honestly, I just hid behind this shelf and it protected me. So, thank you very much, Mr. Shelf. I appreciate you being here. Right, let's get back to the search for the food and the medicine. And this store has almost been picked clean over the past 200 years, unsurprisingly. Oh, hello. I didn't see you there when I was killing all of your friends. So, to complete the additional objective of this quest, you need to get into the back room. And if you, like me, lack the science or the lockpick skill required to break the lock, or you get locked out of the terminal, then there is a key located in a room nearby. Just going into the next room and, oh wow, you really all like showing up one at a time, don't you? And in this metal box, we can find the super duper pharmacy key. Right, let's get in there and see what we can find. Using the key to open the door, and we can find... Okay, nothing over there. Wait, is that a mini nuke? Okay, we got a nice pile of some ammo, and right next to that is the medical supplies needed to complete the additional quest objective. Now, let's move on to food. And oh, there are more raiders here now. Okay, let's try and take them out. Oh, and down in one shot. You love to see it. Okay, we're still in caution. They don't know where I am. Let's just try and sneak out of here. And there's one down there. And another one down in one. Third one up in the shelves and dead. Right. And back into caution. So there is still someone here. Sneaking around and just checking down the shelves and the aisles. Oh, and there you are. Oh, and you didn't go down in one shot? And now you're running this way. Okay, and with the fancy kill cam, I think that means I've gotten all of you? Right, and after all of that, to find the food, you need to go into this room by the front corner. Turn left and you'll see a fridge called food storage. And emptying the fridge ticks off the quest step. There is some more ammo and weapons in around the place, so make sure to have a look around before heading back to Moira. But besides that, let's head back to Moira.
So, how's the scabbing been? Got the food and medicine from that super duper mart?
It wasn't easy, but I got the food and medicine.
Really? You did? You did! Well, all right. Tell me all about it.
Those raiders must have shot me 20 times, but who's counting?
You do what you need to do to get food and medicine, I guess. It's not pretty, but I guess that's the way it's got to be, right? Well, keep what you got. Just traded for a big food shipment myself. Here, take a bit. My treat. The taste kind of grates after a while. Oh, and take this. It's an old food sanitizer. Just carry it with you, and it should automatically make most food and drink more, better.
Let's finish up the chapter with the landmine research.
Landmines are one of the few dangers out there that you can profit from. Disarm one before it blows, and you can sell it for plenty of caps. I've heard stories about a ghost town that's just full of mines. Traders just call the place Minefield. Sounds like the place for some field work. Get in there, get back, and tell me all about it. And could you bring back a mine for my studies?
That seems kind of unhealthy. How will you make it worth my while?
What better reward for avoiding explosives than to pay you with explosives? Frag grenades, in this case. I got a pretty good haul of them recently. And if you bring me back something to study, maybe I can make some modifications for you. Nothing like tinkering with a live mine, right?
I'll head into Minefield. Wish me luck.
Oh, don't worry. No one ever goes there because they say it's a ghost town. And since ghosts don't exist, you can just focus on the landmines. I hear there's a playground in the middle of town. Reach that point and come back, and I'm sure you'll have some stories to tell. Good luck with that research.
Right, so I've got to go and visit Minefield, a place that is located to the north of Megaton. Moira wants me to go and stand in a playground in the middle of town, and if I can, bring her back a landmine. Right, what could possibly go wrong? Okay, in hindsight, a few things can go wrong. And after reloading the game, we can finally take a look at Minefield. And like most towns in the Wasteland, it is completely destroyed. Well, aside from a few buildings that we will come back to explore later. But right now, we're going to focus on getting in and out without disturbing anyone who might be here. Okay, and the cars have started to explode, but there is something that I have noticed. The man with the sniper rifle over there is not shooting at me. He's actually shooting at the cars to cause them to explode. I would normally just kill him, but if you don't, you do have enough time to get in and out of the playground. His name is Arcnus, by the way, and like the Overseer, I want to keep him alive for something later on in the series. Oh, and don't forget to grab a landmine for Moira, so she can take a look at it. Okay, so I've managed to make it in and out of the playground, and I've managed to grab a mine on the way. Let's head back to Megaton to give it to Moira.
How are those hot little potatoes? Or whatever. You know what I mean.
I got through Minefield alive, and I even brought you a present.
My very own landmine. Oh, just what I've always wanted. Well, always since I sent you out on this anyway. Now, tell me all about it. What was it like going through there? What's it like disarming a landmine?
There may have been an explosion or two, Oh, and a sniper, no big deal.
Oh, well, if that's all, I'll just study this and hope there aren't any more explosions, shall I? I know you may not want to see any more explosives for a while, but obviously you know your way around them. Have a couple rainy day toys of mine. And looking at this landmine, it gives me an idea. It's a terrible device that does terrible things, of course, but it's easy to make your own, too.
Is that all for the first chapter?
Yep, it's looking like it'll be a real tough book for real tough guys. And real tough gals, too, of course. Here, for your services. I've saved up quite a few stim packs. Of course you may need them. We've still got 2 more chapters to go.
And that is where we are going to call it a part for this video. But don't worry, we will be going back to see Moira to complete the next chapter of the Wasteland Survival Guide. Thank you all so much for watching. If you've made it this far, why not give the video a like? Leave me your thoughts in the comments below and subscribe so you don't miss the next part of Fallout: Tale of Two Wastelands. With all of that, I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you in the next one.